Lots of big construction projects continue on track in Northwest Arkansas, but some industry leaders think market forces might catch up with them soon, including high interest rates and continued difficulty finding workers. Arkansas Business assessed the latest construction trends this week. Editor Lance Turner is here with more. And Lance, what is the main worry that construction company leaders have right now?
Well, it's mainly those high interest rates that are giving some executives a little bit of pause about the next 2 to 3 years of kind of where the industry is going. We talked to Brad Spradlin with the Arkansas chapter of the Associated General Contractors of America, and he said high interest rates and the rising costs that go along with that have started to delay some developer-driven projects. Think about things like mixed-use projects and residential and retail. And then an economist with that same association predicted that we could see some apartments, warehouses, retail centers, and office projects actually decline nationwide next year. And that's just because it's harder to get loans to fund many of these projects because rates are so high, or because lenders and banks have actually raised their standards, made them more stringent for lending out that money.
Well, in Northwest Arkansas, though, construction is booming. And as it turns out, Arkansas as a whole has been able to actually add construction jobs, right?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We've got big projects happening, of course, in Northwest Arkansas. You got the Walmart headquarters coming up in Bentonville. You've got near constant construction in Pinnacle Hills and Rogers with new residential and retail. All that has helped push Arkansas to #2 in the country this year in the percentage of new construction jobs added since last year. We're actually up 13% to 65,600 jobs as of October.
Well, that's good news. But nationally, data shows that growth is slowing. Why is that?
Well, that's right. And that gets to another worry that many construction executives are having, and that's the availability of skilled labor. Contractors continue to point to a lack of qualified laborers in the market. And here in Arkansas, Nabholz Construction, for example, tells us that the hiring crunch is actually worse for them today than it was a year ago. And so that's leading many companies to invest more in training. That's pretty obvious. But they're also calling for improvements in how schools and workforce training centers actually prepare students for future work.
Lance, thank you so much for your insight. And as always, you can read more about this at arkansasbusiness.com.
Most